windy day, probably supposed to rain today. I'm gonna start out the 2-fly rig. I could drop shot it, but the water's kind of clear, kind of low, but I'm gonna keep the 2-fly rig just minus the shot for now. Using my fur nymph as the bottom fly, killer bug as the upper fly. We'll see how we do. Sculpin, that's cool. Get him in that. That's a chunky brown. This one took a bead-headed nymph. It did take me a few minutes to kind of get off my double fly rig, but finally got one. It's a pretty fish. Kind of funny because I sort of like the double fly rigs. I like the fact that you kind of, in theory, double your chances. Funny thing is, it's usually the bottom fly that I end up taking the fish on. I don't think that it's because that flies better. I think it's sort of positional, and I rarely ever catch fish consistently on either fly. It almost makes you wonder, does the 2-fly rig matter? And on that last fish, I probably would have stuck with the 2-fly rig a little more, but to be honest, it kind of annoyed me. I've had a bunch of breakoffs today, but when you take a look at the stream, like the brushy stuff over there it's where you're going to fish, and 2 flies probably increases your chance of actually catching a fish, but it also increases your chances of snagging up, and it's kind of annoying me. Can't wait, to be perfectly honest, till it warms up a little bit so I can start getting into maybe a little bit of a dry fly type action, because that's a little bit of fun in these creeks too. Well, other side of this brush pile, we got a little something going on. Kind of walked a little loud up into here, so I'm not sure, but that's screaming fish. see what happens. Oh, whoa! Whoa. That was cool. That was really cool. That's a good rainbow too. And the hook's out. It's a really nice rainbow trout. This stream is neat. This stream has no stock fish in this whole system. They don't stock rainbows in them. They do stock browns in some of the lower creeks, but the rainbows haven't been stocked in here since they've been keeping records on when they've been stocking. So at some point they put them in and they've just done well. That was actually a really good rainbow trout for the system though. All kinds of little streams on this one. Not uncommon to catch little rainbows on this creek at all, but that was just a really nice little rainbow trout in a little pool that's probably about the size of a hot tub. That was really cool. I'm getting to try out a new piece of gear here today too. I had a set of the Cabelas ultralight boots, which is under a year old, and on my chest high waders they actually on the inside were a little uncomfortable kind of over on the heel over here. What was happening was they were just getting too like I don't know what it was. There was a piece of plastic or something in there and it was just rubbing up against my heel and kind of aggravating me, but it did actually wear through the neoprene. Not completely through, but wore it thin to the point of where it leaks, so now I have to patch that on those waders and hope the patch takes, so I don't need them. I normally don't like spending a lot of money on waders because I seem to go through them one way or another, and with the breathable waders I end up with the waders in separate boots. I kind of been doing that for years because they don't wear out sort of at the same time, and I don't like spending a lot of money on stuff in general, but I decided to get these korkers with the boa tighteners, which are actually kind of cool versus the laces. Really seem to like them so far. They're real comfortable. They do come with the two bottoms. There's felt, and I believe it's a Vibram sole that you actually have, but I'm really liking these so far today. So it was a net last time I played around with. New boots this time, and we'll have to see what I get next time. I'm sure something new, being a gear junkie.